What is poppin', everyone? It's B.A.D with another video, and we are still running battles. If you saw my earlier video, go check it out. If you haven't, then you know that we are actually trying to get to Hall of Masters, and I've been playing a lot of Bloons today, specifically battles. So this video is actually one of my favorites because the match that I played, I got to use my favorite strat in general. So he changed the map to docks, and that's actually usually what I'm hoping for. Docks, my strategy of snipers and subs is actually the best on docks. Docks is my favorite map, specifically because it just fits so well into what I usually play. So my usual loadout for this is Benjamin, the Buccaneer, subs, and the snipers. And pretty much the strat is sniper farming. Yep. You guys know it. That is my favorite alternate farming method. So what I usually do is I always start off with the Monkey Buccaneer to carry the very beginning of the match. And it doesn't really matter if they send grouped or space balloons. The Buccaneer actually does carry regardless. And so we want to place him in between the two little dock areas so that he gets the most coverage. And I go with the grape shot first, upgrade the grape shot again. If I have to, I'll do faster shooting. Usually I don't have to. Usually the grape shot upgrade is better just because then I can actually get the cannon, which doesn't necessarily full carry until the zebra and purple rush, but it comes extremely close. Very close if it doesn't. And I actually got the first blood. This guy messed up a slight tiny bit at the beginning, but no, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, first blood, it's nice, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win or anything. So we got hot shot, and then we got the cannon ship. So after getting the cannon ship, the focus is on getting Benjamin. Now, if you have to, you can upgrade faster shooting on the Buccaneer and double shot, which eventually you should do regardless. Like, after you get Ben, that's probably what you should go for. But really, from here, we just try and focus getting Ben as fast as possible, while also ecoing as fast as possible through grouped balloons. So you actually get to get Ben at about round 4, which is not that good. I've gotten Ben at round 2 before and stuff, but it doesn't matter too much. It's not like Ben is like a huge integral part to the strategy. It's mainly just slight support because you don't need you don't really need a hero to back up the strategy. The 3 towers kind of carry themselves. So Ben's just a good money addition. And then, of course, his ability to just speed you up when you need it, and then lower the layered balloons to the lower layer below them. That's pretty good. Plus the thing where if you destroy the first layer of a balloon, it pops the whole one. That's really good for when BOABs start coming out initially. But there we go. So as you saw, we got the faster shooting, and then we're going double shot next. But we're still ecoing as fast as possible because our defense right here is actually really strong. As you could tell, the white balloons, he's using a lot of white balloons, but they're not doing anything. They're not actually getting past. Our Buccaneer is destroying them in time. So there's no real issue here for us. But we go double shot just in case, It might not actually even really be needed. But then we start focusing the black balloons, mainly just because I like to save up some money, because from here what we do is we go with the nuclear submarine so that we don't get hit with the zebra and purple rush and get defeated through that. Now, he actually went the nuclear sub too, so he's thinking something similar. I've been getting a lot of YouTube recommended videos lately about druids and subs being real nice. So perhaps this is what strategy he's going for. I don't actually know. I haven't seen those videos. I just see those 2 towers popping up a lot lately. But not through YouTube recommendations, of course. But so when I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna pull out something dirty that I have yet to see. So I was a little nervous, but it didn't matter. I'm also still pretty confident in my strategy. So we go monkey subs. The monkey sub is for the nuclear option, like I said. We place him near the Buccaneer so he gets the most coverage possible. Give him the plutonium reactor, and now we are safe from the Zebra and Purple Balloon Rush. And from here, we can really just focus sniper farming, which is actually what we do. Now, it's going to take some kind of experience to know if you should eco or if you should go with like just save up for the sniper farming. With me, I like to do a combination of both, but I don't hard eco where I just send out grouped yellows or grouped pinks, because those wipe out your money too fast. So what I like to do is I go the grouped greens for quite a while, because it still increases your eco by a good amount, but it allows you to save money at the same time, which will allow us to start ecoing with the sniper. So the sniper, to actually get the upgrade for cash farming, the total cost is somewhere around 10,000. It's just under 10,000, I believe. And so bouncing bullet, it's pretty good a pretty good defense, I would say. You need the 2 upgrades in the first path to make it really strong, of course, but at this stage of the game, we don't actually need that. We don't even really need the bouncing bullet itself. It's mainly just to get to the farming method. But what is nice about this strategy is that when you get enough snipers with bouncing bullets in the 2 upgrades, then your defenses actually do become pretty strong. They do become pretty strong. So, and unless somebody is ecoing really well, which I'm sure in higher arenas people are really good at it, but in lower arenas people aren't necessarily the most efficient. And so oh, by the way, I go heat tip darts on the nuclear sub just to make sure it can pop leads, and also DDTs, but I'm not so sure it's fully needed when you have the cannon ship. I guess I just like being safe rather than sorry, but I don't actually know if it's needed. But anyways, we got our first farming with sniper, and like I was saying, if you do sniper farming long term, a lot of the times you have an edge on lower arena opponents when it comes to farming. You start to farm quite a bit, and what's nice is that if you send out a rush of MOAB class balloons and it takes away your eco, it doesn't actually affect your farming method, because your farming method at that point will not be based on your eco itself, but will be based on the alternate one, which is the ability of the snipers. So if you see my last video, you know that basically the main strategy here with the sub sniper combo is the plutonium reactor, the Energizer upgrade in that path actually lowers all cooldowns of all your towers by 20%. Now this map, I don't know for sure, but it looks like it's slightly longer than other maps. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they're all the same length for the most part, but it's pretty long, and so you actually get to get a lot of abilities off before the balloons hit the end. So having that extra 20% cooldown plus the stalling on the top pass sniper can actually make it so that you can use many abilities on multiple MOAB rushes, and not really miss out on abilities. Like they're not going to catch you at a moment where your abilities aren't up at some point during the rush. So we have 3 sniper farms up, a 4th one just got created, and from here I actually would probably recommend, instead of going another sniper middle path upgrade, I would say go a tier 5. Now I do it anyways right here. I think the math works out to where you probably want to do it on your 5th before you get your 5th one, but if not, then for sure do it before you get a 6th one. And in this one we actually do it before we get a 6th one, so we actually get the crate one more time, upgrade this sniper to the supply drop, and then we want to go elite sniper next. And we're getting to the point where our money production is really nice. Now the MOAB was getting by slightly fast, and that's not necessarily a huge problem because it was going to get destroyed anyway, but because of Ben. But we don't want any tricks to be played on us, so we actually upgraded our snipers, and now these snipers can handle any MOABs. They could probably handle a BFB, but I'm not fully sure, but I think they can. Now if they send a ZOMG out at you right now, then what I would do is go monkey pirates and then just eat up that ZOMG real quick. It's real quick and easy. It shouldn't affect you that much after that. And if they're really trying to mess you up, then I would go with the crippled Moab, stall that those other ZOMGs, and then either wait until you get the ability for monkey pirates again. Maybe you're able to destroy it anyway, but the best thing you could do is actually probably go Pirate Lord. So, especially when the DDTs come. If they send an early DDT rush at you and it's hard for you to defend, doing an early upgrade into the Pirate Lord will take out 3 DDTs or lower. So, 3 ZOMGs, 3 BFBs, anything. 3 Moab class balloons getting destroyed like that will pretty much defeat an early rush at around this time. So, this strat really protects you at all points in the game, I would say. The only thing I have yet to really test out is how well it handles BADs, but I would say I'm assuming it can handle BADs at least pretty well compared to a lot of strats. Most strats don't. Most strats are terrible against BADs, but I think this one might be one that's actually pretty decent. And so from here, I see that he has some really good defenses out, definitely some really good ones, and so I figure, well, this is going into the long game. So whenever it's going into the long game and you have these sniper farms, you just want to basically full commit to farming itself, and you're gonna realize that, well, from here we're probably gonna have to beat him with a giant bad rush. So yeah, we're just gonna fill up the docks with snipers. And early on, I was placing the snipers really efficiently. I try to continue placing it efficiently. You want to fill in as much as possible. Don't space it out and let there be basically wasted room where you can't place anything. Hopefully, I placed it as efficient as possible. I don't really know because I was starting to feel kind of in a rush to just get these farms up real quick. So as you can see, my abilities are stacking up, and my only real problem here is that I'm not placing, or I'm not using the abilities as fast as I can because I need to be placing them at the same time, and that's where it can get kind of rough. But the more you wait and stuff, the more the abilities actually get grouped up, and they're not so spaced out, so you don't have to keep on going back and pressing it back and forth, back and forth. So once we get to 32,000-ish, we go with the Energizer. Since the Energizer takes off 20% cooldown off of your towers, you're going to have to really judge if you should place more snipers or if you should upgrade that path. Because that path does make it 20% faster, but it's at the cost of about 3 snipers. Now, you're going to want to do the Energizer at some point no matter what. It just really depends. Like, you're going to have to judge when you want to do it. Now, the Energizer is not just good because of the snipers. It's good because it's good for every single ability, whether that's bends, the subs, or the snipers themselves, or even the monkey pirates, although you don't have to use the monkey pirates too much at this point. The only way that monkey pirates is going to help you to like a large extent is if either you destroy a BAD very close to your exit, and so you want to get rid of those DDTs real quick, or if there's a giant DDT rush. Or I guess like maybe a giant ZOMG rush. It can definitely play some holes into that, and that could be helpful. But as you can tell, we have a fat amount of snipers up. And we actually also put one sniper that's the top path, because the top path slows down and stalls Moab class balloons other than BADs. So that's good if they send like any rush that's not a bad rush, or yeah, that's not a bad rush obviously. And so we're getting so much money that it's taking us time to even like place things down to spend that money. Like, we're getting the money faster than it's taking us to spend it. So we upgrade the middle path preemptive strike. That will protect us from any, or it'll help us be protected against any rush that's not a bad rush, and even then it actually does help with the bad rush. But I figured at this point we should start preparing for a bad rush just in case. I don't think he can send a bunch, but if he sends 1 to like 3, maybe at this point we can defend it. I'm not fully sure. I haven't had that happen just yet. But I was figuring, well, I should be prepared just in case that does happen. And I put the Pirate Lord just in case he sends a different rush other than BADs. So at this point, we're pretty much safe against any non-bad rush, I would say. So far so good. And you notice that I haven't ecoed in a long time. It's not needed. We just have the alternate snipers. Now, it's probably good to have multiple top path snipers. And since the sniper doesn't have actual range itself, it just has infinite range, you want to place water towers on the top of the map. So the second dock on the top, you want to place the water towers above it, so that the entire track is covered by something, so that all the subs can attack the entire map, because I believe right now they can only currently attack around where they're at the moment. So at some point I do place them at the top. I place another top path sniper down. I upgraded one of the top path snipers to tier 5. And you're also going to want to get the other tier 5 sub, because that upgrades the attack speed of all your subs, and I think your Buccaneers. I could be wrong. I don't really remember. And then I also do the what's it called? The top path for the Buccaneer, because that also increases the attack speed of your water towers. So basically, you want to do everything that complements all the towers. The more tier 5s you have, the better in general everything's going to be. For example, the middle path tier 5 sniper increases the attack speed of your other snipers as well. So in general, having tier 5 water towers and snipers will complement each other really well. So as you can tell, I put the monkey subs at the top like I was just telling you earlier. And we're really keeping our defenses like fully covered. I put one down here just to make sure we have everything we need in terms of range. We have the sub commander, so now our sub commander will actually improve our defenses naturally right now from natural balloons really well, although that's not needed so much. Natural balloons are not a threat. And we just have so many abilities. We have like, what is it, like 20 different snipers? So yeah, we're really like getting a lot of money. And what's good about this is once you do a bad rush, you're just going to keep on and on farming. Normally people, they'll send BADs out and they'll have a limit at some point. At some point there's a cutoff where they have to stop because all their eco is gone. With this strategy, your eco won't be gone. You can just keep on farming, send more BADs out, and the rate at which you'll send the BADs out is actually probably a rate at which makes it feel endless for the other person. Alright, and right now we're just keeping on doing what we were doing. And you should probably fill the top right of the screen. I believe I do that at some point, but I don't remember for sure. One thing, oh yeah, and then I go the top path right here. That's right, the carrier flagship. That helps out our other water towers and is decently powerful on its own. And at some point I put a sniper or a submarine at the top right, I believe, because again, you want the whole thing filled. Now, one thing is that I don't think these subs actually have camo detection without a nuclear submarine down, but they don't really need it. DDT rushes are not really a threat to us anymore at this point. Even the snipers themselves are so powerful that they might be able to handle the DDTs by themselves just because of the sheer amount of them. Yeah, and as you can tell, all these Moab balloons, they're really just getting stuck and destroyed. So I noticed the BFBs were actually getting pretty far on his side of the screen, so I was like, okay, if I want to attack, now is probably the time where he's distracted. One of his spike factories is kind of down on their farm, on their spikes. And so once you send the BAD out, you want to immediately use the balloon rush ability. And as you can tell, we already sent 3, we're sending a 4th, and we're spacing them out. We're not keeping them grouped up just in case there's any kind of splash damage. We want to avoid them getting hit with splash damage as much as possible. So they're actually getting pretty far without getting damaged. It's just the front one that's really getting hurt. So we're in a really good position right now. And even though we have 0 eco, we actually have alternate eco right now that is making it so we can keep on sending the bats, just like I told you guys. So that first bat is really tanking everything for the rest. There's no problem here. It's very obvious that we're going to win unless he sends some kind of extremely fast DDT rush with an extreme amount of them. But I don't know if there's any amount he could send that would beat us. That's the thing. I don't know if there is. But he tries it anyway. He sends 3. 3 is nowhere near enough. That's nowhere near enough. He would have had to send 10s and 10s and 10s of them. And he just didn't have the money for it. So we took the dub. And after this match, I actually got to the ceramic arena. So the grind to Hall of Master continues. That was a fun game. It almost lasted to round 40. The farming was ridiculous. So I hope you guys like that strat. I hope you guys try it out. Leave a like and subscribe if you mess with the video. Leave any suggestions in the comments. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Bye!